Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I am over the moon excited to share today's coach with you. We're looking at a really fantastic little RV. This is a 2025 Winnebago Solis 59PX. This is such a cool RV and I can't wait to start with our special guest just to show us how much room we have in this fantastic little pop top. Please welcome everybody, Marlon Bloodman, coming to you live to show you all the room. This is our delivery technologist and specialist. Marlon's the guy that will show you how everything in this coach works when you come in to pick up your coach and take delivery. Now this coach is not going to live in this state. It's actually going to be shipped up to Montana for my friend Pat. So hello Pat, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to serve you and to provide you with a first-class experience. And what I wanted to cover today is that this coach wasn't physically sitting here. Pat called me, she told me exactly what she wanted. She said there was a dealership that had a similar vehicle in the same state where they were manufactured, but she wasn't exactly thrilled with the process in terms of delivery. But she was really interested in picking one up from us. She told me what she wanted. We got together on the price and we had it here within 4 or 5 days. So if you see an RV that you'd like to be the owner of by Winnebago, please keep in mind, we have a ton of inventory on hand, but we'll take the time to stop and get you what you want when you're looking to make your purchase. And as you saw earlier, we've got Marlon, which is our full-time technologist. He's actually going out to do another 59PX delivery this morning on a cherry red Solis that Pat did not want. She wanted a white one. So, you know, like I said, this is a great opportunity to not only meet this product, but also this dealership. So Jody, let's go ahead and take her on back. I'll meet you outside in the back if you want to go out that door. Just come around. I've got the shower curtain set up back here. And I just want to show a quick display of how this looks. So as you can see, there's a magnetic attachment. It comes right over here. You put it against the back of the door and it gives you your privacy. AC had done a video on a National Park Foundation. If you haven't watched this video, it's really good. But he did one and he had mentioned potentially throwing this up and top over the top to give you some shaded space. I think that that's really a valuable idea. I think it's something you could certainly do. And then as you can see, this is really easy to install and to also remove. It's just 4 simple Velcro hooks. And then all of a sudden you are open for business all the way to the back. So a really easy place to take a shower outside. Now you have a shower indoors, of course. It's a little tighter campus, if you will. So if you want a little extra room. And in our coach, we had a propane shower off the back of it. I built a 2014 Sprinter out, and where we had our shower back here, we would use a kiddie pool because you can have an inflatable kiddie pool and have a place to stand without having the water go into your camp. And then of course you've got quite a bit more room. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this here in this cubby. But as you can see, lots of cubby space back here, lots of room. And then below that you have a really cool feature of this coach. So if you've got city water coming in, there's a setting and it shows you what city water should be set up like. And it's just by changing these valves in different directions. So an outdoor shower here, also one at the front, and then of course an indoor shower as well. And then this little guy right here is going to be for an outdoor solar array. Now this space here is 18 by 72 inches, so this is a big gear garage. As you can see, you can go ahead and add and remove these as necessary. So you've got tie-down hooks. Now one of the things I think that Winnebago has done a really good job with is creating a flexible environment where if you want to have like a bike back here, if you want to have your paddle boards back here, you've got tons of room. But I also really like the fact that you've got this closable bug screen, so you can close this up. You also have a 13,500 watt or 13,500 BTU air conditioner. So if you have a pet, it's very convenient. And then on top of that, this also has a generator. So if you don't have solar, if you're not able to plug in, you've got a generator so you can keep your pet nice and cool, or just keep your van nice and cool if you're camping out in the desert, anywhere where it's hot. Now underneath here, I want to just show you really quickly all of the storage. So great storage area back here. And then this is also a really nice time to be able to just come through with all of the accessories that come with a coach. You've got a 4.5-foot hose that comes with a coach. You may want something a little bit longer. This is going to be your spray hose though. This has got a quick connect that just attaches to everything. You've got your gravity hose here. This is going to be for your gray water. This has got a 5-gallon black water tank. You've got also your adapter for your propane tank. And then here is a pump. And this pump is in lieu of having a spare tire. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the product, there is no spare tire on this coach. You can use fix a flat in the pump to get you back on the road. But if you want to carry a spare, it's something you're going to have to add on your own. Now, I really love the fact that you can actually just roll these up and keep them inside. And of course, you've got all sorts of privacy. But the other thing that's really nice about this is if you're going down the road, you've got a built-in camera system that's got great visibility. But if you want a little bit of extra light in the back, maybe you got your pets back there, whatever it might be. Oh, I'm not tall enough to do this. Pat, you might have to be taller too. Okay, whew. Let's see. Oh, it's just stuck right there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. But anyway, if you wanna have a little extra visibility going down the road, a little extra light coming in, you can do that. And then to remove this, very simply, just pop this pin, drop this down, and there's little clamps, so it won't make a bunch of jiggling sounds while you're going down the road. And then also you can see, very easy, just go ahead, close one door, and then close the other door. There is a handle back here, so you can exit the rear of the vehicle without having to go around. And then up here, you've got your rear view camera, of course your air conditioner, and then you can also see you've got your brake lights nice and high, so not only integrated to the back of the Promaster chassis, but also nice and high in case you have to stop. Now when we're outside, we can see that you have your 5-gallon cassette. This is on a really nice little wheelie situation. It's very easy to empty this into any area. You just twist this little guy over, remove the hose. But when you put this into place, it automatically opens down below. So you don't have to do anything to set it up. Now there are quite a few little components in there that you'll want to read about and make sure that you know how to keep everything clear so that you've got appropriate tank readings, because there are tank readers in there. If you get toilet paper or anything caught up on that, it might read incorrectly. Of course, that could be a really foul situation. So make sure you just read your manual on how to operate that, make sure everything's kept clean. But this is such a convenient way to be able to go down the road, especially for those of you that want to be able to stop at like little campgrounds and rest stops that may not have full hookups. Okay, so we all know no one wants to have their shit stolen. There's a lock. No one's going to be able to steal your poop. No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody would want to have that for their own RV and they just don't want to get a new one. But anyway, it does lock. And then up here, you've got a nice light so that you can go ahead and get everything set up in the evening. So if you are camping, when you plug in your Furrion system, the way that you know where the plug goes is the gray portion here goes in the top, and then you just twist this in until it's locked into place. And then when you're plugged in, this will actually glow green so that you know you've got good connectivity. One thing I wanted to point out about this coach, Winnebago's done a really nice job. There's no hubcaps on these. These are nice alloys, black painted. This is a good looking van. Even if you were just in it for the car aspect, it's got some really cool features. Now here we've got a 4-pin and 7-pin connector. This coach has a 3,500 pound tow capacity. So this is not something where you're gonna, tow your F-150, but if you've got a small skid or a lightweight trailer, maybe a motorcycle, this would be a great RV for you and your family. And when you have that loaded up, you have actually quite a bit of cargo capacity. So this is something that we don't talk about a lot in this industry that really should be covered more frequently. 1,951 pounds of capacity in this little RV. So this is pretty impressive stuff. So now that we've got it closed up, let's go ahead and just go to the back and take a look at some of the features. So first and foremost, I have the table down back here, which is really nice. It just comes right up and it just slides over. So this is like the latch, when you push it over, it just is able to slide in. It's magnetic. And then there's a nice little closing hook that goes right here. But if you had a table and you wanted to be able to do some work, this is a really good amount of space. Now, I am not very tall. I like to say I'm 5'4", it's probably not true. But I can stand up here perfectly fine. This is the sun cover for the front windshield. But I want to just point out, so all of this stuff that you see that's black like this is e-coated by Winnebago. We make about 75% of the product that you see in here, including the shelves, the cabinets. We even make these window surrounds. We have a little place called Stitchcraft, which creates all of these nice window coverings for us. As you can see, you've got great ventilation here. But what's so cool about this is that this is going to be great because it's anchored into the top of the coach. So you've got some great load-bearing capacity in these cabinets. And then when you close this little latch will, there it goes, say nice and shut. You can pull it, but you have to really give it a yank, or you just open it up like this. So very cool that these are designed to stay shut while you're going down the road. And then this is a pull to release. And then of course there's an adjustable shelf here. If you wanted to take the shelf out, for instance, and keep your coffee pot up there, you could do that. Maybe if you've got, you know, a little toaster oven, whatever it might be while you're going down the road. And then another shelf in here for your kitchen storage area as well. So lots of extra room here. They call this a spice rack. Please keep in mind it's also made out of metal, so it does have you could put magnets on there, and you'll also note that you can put carabiners on here. So really one of the things that Winnebago focuses on is the fact that we know we've got people that are out there rock climbing, camping, doing things outdoorsy. If you want to put a carabiner on there so you can hang your washcloth, maybe hang your kitchen towel, whatever it is, you're not relegated to just the space inside of the cabinet. You can also use it to hang things off of, or to use magnets as well. So little push lights here. This is a great design, as you can see. Really easy to be able to turn your lights on and off. You've got two USB ports, a 12 volt, and then two 110 outlets over here. And of course that's only important because this is your bedroom area. But before we show you that, we already looked underneath here. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of the room here. So there's your jack. So if you needed to change a tire out, you could do that right there. But so this is, and normally all of the stuff that I have laid out here comes in a box inside of here. Of course, we'll put that back for Pat. Also, just a great little drawer, nice place to keep your maybe your socks, your underwear, and then also another place where you can keep all of your clothes. And this is really deep, so I don't know if you can show this, Jody, but it goes all the way back here. So jeans, t-shirts, all of your shorts, maybe all of your shoes down here. Lots and lots of room here. And then one of the things that's interesting about this the setup is this slat system makes this a very comfortable bed. So let's go ahead and pop that down. So there's a release right here. See where that is? And then I'm going to go ahead and step towards you, Jody, and drop this down. And so I'll step back here so we could just trade places. But take a look at how much room you have on that bed. And you'll notice that there's little cushions even at the outcroppings of the windows to give you that extra head space. And again, they make those window coverings. They actually have a flat piece of plastic, and they have a mold, and they drop that plastic over the mold at about 400 degrees, and it melts into place. So what's interesting about this coach is because of the fact that it's manufactured by Winnebago, they can really change their capacity. They don't have to buy parts or use something that someone else has created for them. They can go ahead and make their own pieces so that they can make their own spaces. And as you can see, this is a lot of room. So very comfortable for two people, certainly enough room. You know, if you had littles that wanted to hang out here, you could sleep up top. So if you're going out with your grandkids, there's room for two adults up there. And you can put the kids down here. And if it's just you and your husband, plenty of room down here. Put your gear up top while you're camping. Now here in the kitchen, I wanted to talk about the Eco Hot. I think that this is a cool thing. When you've got 20 gallons of water, you don't want to waste it. You've got a 2.6 gallon hot water tank. You can turn this onto preheat, and it will actually heat your water before you use it. So if you're doing dishes and you don't want to waste your gray water capacity or your fresh water, you can go ahead and get that warmed up in advance. Tons of room for a big trash can down here. You could even have two. You could have a regular and a recycle. And then again, those drawers that just anchor in, stay shut, which is nice. Over here we have a little bit more of a counter extension. So if you need some extra room while you're using your 2-burner cooktop, you've got that here. And if you're looking for diagrams, I just wanted to show master bath 31 by 24, Murphy bed 59 by 77, gear space 18 by 72, access pop top 51 by 75. I can email all of this information over to you if you need it. And the other thing I wanted to show is that we have all of our capacities here. So these are all documents that I have on hand. Exterior length, this is a 21-foot coach. It's 9 feet 5 inches tall. It's 6 feet 9 inches wide, which is very narrow actually. Interior width is pretty impressive at 6'3". And then your freshwater and gray water capacity are both 20 gallons with a 2.6 gallon hot water capacity, 25 gallons for your LP, 24 gallons for your fuel. That's going to be gas in this coach. This is not the Mercedes chassis. This is going to be the Ram Promaster. And then, like I said, very important that you understand really good weight capacities on this little coach. And again, that 5-gallon cassette tank, 5-gallon cassette tank level or capacity for sewage. And really, to be honest with you, after 4 or 5 days, it doesn't smell very good anyway, so it's good that you could take it out even if you don't want to move your camper. So on the note of the interior shower, very cool setup. So it can be a closet first and foremost. And again, this potty can pivot. So if you want to have a little more room for your knee, you can turn this sideways so that you have more room to sit when you're having your privacy. It also has a nice place to keep all of your toilet paper, so you have a nice little place to keep your toilet paper dry while it's inside here. Again, hot and cold water, overhead towel, or not towel bar, but hanging rod if you want to use this as a closet. And then a nice place where you can keep all of your shampoo and conditioner. And again, just a smart design where it's going to stay in place while you're going down the road. The other thing that's really nice about this coach, it has a mirror, which is so cool that when you're getting ready in the morning, you actually can take a look and make sure that you look the way you like to when you go. And if you'd like, you can also buy shelves for this unit. So you can put shelves in this shower if you'd like, if you're not going to use it as a shower and you want to have more storage. So very flexible space. The juniper wood finish is just a really nice look. We have this available in the Echo as well. It's really cool, easy to keep clean, hides dirt. And then this is the lock-up top, and you can just tell that that's locked into place, so it's not going to come open. And then the Flying W can be used for any number of things. I would probably use it for a robe hook because I'm really into having a bathrobe when I get out of the shower, but you might use it for a washcloth or a towel. Light source is here. And then down here behind the seat, you can see where we have our little table. I'm going to go ahead and remove the ladder right now, and I'll go ahead and show you some of the new features that we have on this. So this ladder, first of all, used to be a 2-piece, so now it's a single piece that folds in half. And it's also got a pretty rigorous anchor system. It was a little bit different than before. But some of the most important aspects of the way that this pop top is operating now, so I know we saw Marlin up here and inside of it, but when he's not in here, if you can see here, I can pull this cord the whole way around. And this cord is designed to bring your material in so that you don't pinch it in the pop top, and so that it's all in and secure. The other thing that's interesting is that these are on carabiners. So these little tethers are removable, but when you pull them down, what's so nice about it is you just pull them together and it's uniform. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. Another new feature. Come on over here, Jody. So I have the stabilizer. So this is something that we did not have before. Now this does lock into place. I unlocked it just to make it easy for TV. But if you had littles up here and you were worried about them doing anything silly, this little guy here comes out, just drops down, and then it folds right here. Nice little Velcro tab to keep it in place. I'll put my little hook back on there first. But this is a really cool feature that keeps it so that you cannot close the top while somebody's in there especially. So there's that. So now that we've got that down, I'm going to go ahead and pull down on these guys. And then as you can see, as I'm pulling this, I can pull this little lever, and this is going to pull all of my tent fabric inside of the coach. So when I come all the way down, I know that I'm not going to catch anything. The other thing that we want to make sure that we're not doing when we're doing this is these tether systems are really much more robust than they were before. But when you have this up, you don't want to put your fabric into the latch because it'll put a hole in it. So really nice that they've got these new latches. They pop up and go out of place like this magnetically, and then they pop back down into place. You pop up here, and then go ahead after you caught. You know, being short really is not advantageous, Jody. There we go. Oh, gosh. If anyone's got an extra inch or two that they want to spare, I'll take it. Oh, the Lord. Okay, here we go. Make it look easy for TV. It's really not hard. So these flip right into this little spot here. There we go. Now that it's caught. And then, like I said, you just want to make sure, keep it all out of the way. And then when you get down here, make sure it's out of the way and then pop down. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this one over here first. Promise it won't take 25 minutes. I can reach this side way easier. And this even has like a little latch, so it's latched there, and then this releases, and then it goes up. It's way easier when I can use two hands. Okay, so, and then down, locked into place on both sides. And then this little tether here, it's nice. It actually has a little guy here that is designed so that it's up and out of the way when it's in use, but you can just go ahead and stow it up here when you're not using it. Just hang it down here. And again, you can also remove these longer cords so that they're not hanging down. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this ladder out of place. And I would normally do this outside, but I want to show you how it goes down. So this is handy. It used to be a 2-piece ladder. Much better now that it's a singular piece. Just put your little pieces back up top, and then we can stow it up here on top. Oh, maybe it doesn't fit. Is it my latch I was hitting? Let me see if I can do it this way. I think this is where I got it from this morning. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I'm just hitting right there. Okay, so sew that up top like that, and then you'll see here, keep everything out of the way, and to make sure that you're anchored down completely, you have also your seat belts. So again, new system, quite a bit more secure, a little bit more involved, but certainly advantageous for those of you that are looking to have that safety. And then when you're not using these seat belts, they have a little place here where they can anchor so that they're not hanging in the way. Now also, again, more storage over on top, reinforced once again, Winnebago instruction manuals, of course. And then over here we have all of our level systems. This is going to show you your freshwater, your LP. It's going to show you what you have in your black tank, and then you have your water pump and your generator start, all conveniently located in one panel. You've got 220 watts of solar on top of a pop top, and then you can turn your LP on and off right here at the switch. And then your holding tank heater is also turned on and off right here. And then that Truma system for both the temperature inside of your van, also your fan control and your water temperature, all right here. So you can just turn it on to eco, hot, boost. Very, very simple to operate. Again, Truma system giving you hot water in a little coach like this is pretty awesome. This is a 3 cubic foot refrigerator. I thought it was really funny. AC on his video made reference to the large ice tray. Yes, you've got a very large ice tray, but that's only because you've got such a huge refrigerator. But hey man, listen, having a refrigerator for things like vegetables, eggs, bacon, cheese, lunch meat, all of those things is great because you can of course keep your drinks in a cooler. Now as you can see, I'm sitting here. I think there's a lot of concern as to whether or not this is actually a comfortable seat. This is a really comfortable seat, and if I'm all the way over here, it's still a really comfortable seat. I also have a window, so if I want some fresh air, I can have that. I can unvelcro these and remove these if I'm not going to use them. So if I don't normally need to have my coach blacked out, I can do that. Again, puck lighting throughout the coach. Very, very convenient spacing here. But this is actually, if you had 2 kids that had to go on a road trip with you, this would be plenty of space. So I do think that this is good. The other thing that it provides you is 2 3-point seat belts, which is really nice. But if you have company and you're going to have dinner, you can very easily turn this seat around and have a nice meal. And I want to go ahead and get that table leg out. And one of the things I think has really changed with this Solis and with the Ram chassis in general is the fact that this is really easy to turn the table around and actually access. So I'm going to put your table leg out here. When I pull this table out, it's actually sitting into like a little bit of a pocket. So it just pops out, and when it goes back into its place, it goes once again back into that pocket. Again, all of these things are designed to make it easy for you to go down the road without having things flying hither and hither. Okay, so plenty of room here to do some work. Lots of connectivity to plug in all of your devices. So if you are using your laptop, if you want to put, you could even put Starlink out on this coach and really be anywhere you want in the entire country, this magnificent United States, and enjoy the time that you have. So super cool feature there. Whoops, just don't roll out the door. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. And all of this setup is super easy. There's a nice little place that this just slides in. There we go. And then after we get that there, go ahead and put our table leg, which also has two little clamps that hold it in spot right down here. Pop that in, and you're good to go. So there's that. Oh, I didn't get it in the hole. There we go. Good to go. So there's that. So this is a nice, again, place to sit down and have a meal. But what is really important to people, this one is also pivots as well, but I'm going to go ahead and just show the one for right now. These are hidden. This is your tilt. And then this is going to be for your seat pitch. And then this is going to be for your turn. And in some of the other Rams, they have a yellow handle that's a little bit easier to find. This one's not easy to find if you don't know what it is, because it just looks like it's blended into the chair. But so that's locked into place. So I wanted to spend some time today covering some of the stuff that's pretty cool on this coach. I'm gonna have to close that door really quick. Let me just reach over. And I think you're gonna have to close that door too. Is it possible? I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Okay. So before we go outside again, let's go ahead and show some of these chassis features. Because this is an important feature of this coach. The reason I had to close that is because it was showing me the door was open. It also will not let me drive the coach with the seat facing the wrong direction. You know, so unfair. As you can see, full tank of fuel. You can also see your RPMs here on your dash. And then what we're looking at here is we're looking at our distance-based cruise control and our lane tracking package. So when I'm in drive, I can actually see the coach that's in front of me. I can also see how fast I'm going. I can see what type of fuel capacity I have in here. And then I can also go over here and I can shift down and up. So you have a manual transmission. So you can see here it says I'm like locked into 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th gear. So 9-speed transmission. Or I can downshift. So if I'm going down a steep hill and I want to be in manual mode, I can be in manual mode on this coach. So that's super handy. My cruise control, once again, oh, I have to be, I'm in drive, okay. I can set right here. So active driving assist ready, turn on and set cruise control. So this is going to allow me to follow the person in front of me. I'm also going to be able to do the amount of range that I'm following them, so I'm not too far or too close, which is very handy. And then here, I can go through and see, for instance, my tire pressure monitoring system. I can see what station I'm looking at. I could actually change my radio station right here on the steering column. I can use voice control. My navigational directions will also pop up. So a really nice interactive nav map over here as well. I can also go here if I have any malfunctions, anything to look at, I can see those here in the center. I can go into my settings. I can set all of my vehicle settings, everything, safety settings, everything's very easy. It's just little arrows here and I just hit OK. Change my buzzer volume. Hill start assist, I'm definitely going to turn that on. That way I'm not worried about rolling backwards in my RV. So all of these little features are great here under settings. And then again, your home screen shows your speedometer as well as your speed, and then your lane tracking package all right here. And you can see that we've got the cruise control turned off. And then this is going to be all about your fuel efficiency. I don't expect that you're going to see 15 miles per gallon all the time. Sometimes I think you'll see a little bit better, and sometimes I'll think you'll see a little less. We were getting crazy good mileage this weekend on my last test drive. But again, it's just going to depend more situationally on where you are. But a coach that's in the teens is very different than the 6 miles a gallon I get in my Super C. So we like that. Okay, so another nice feature here, a mobile charging dock right here. And you have a little place where you can actually plug your cord in. So there's a cutout here. You also have a 110 outlet here, as well as your 12 volt, and then a USB and a Type-C, both here on the dash. Now when we're here in the screen, as you can see, I can see my navigation map and my radio station all at the same time. I can go just to media if I want, and I can use this little plug here. I could use Sirius, I could use my phone, I could plug into the USB. And then in terms of the comfort settings, for my coach, I can also change where the air conditioning is going. So I can get it set, I can leave it at, I can just leave it in auto. I've got recirculation. And then I have all those same buttons down here as well. So 2 different ways to operate this. Navigation, if you don't want a shared screen, you can have a dedicated screen as well. It's still going to show you your temperature up top. It's still going to show you what your climate control looks like. But as you can see, this is more dedicated to navigation. Same thing goes with your phone list. You can download all of your contacts, do voice control, and then their surround camera is something I really wanted to talk about today. So this is a big deal. This is the first time I've seen in a little RV like this what I have in my 40-foot Superstar. So I've got a rear view camera showing here. I've got a wider fish lens. I've got the front here, so if I'm trying to pull into a parking spot, I don't want to hit a picnic table. I can see everything. I've got the overhead camera if I'm trying to load my trailer. So everything here is very easy to see, but most importantly, I've got my overhead surround camera on this coach. So this is a really nice feature on this RV, very different than a lot of the other ones. Up here, as you can see, just a really nice place if you wanted to put, you know, anything like, you know, I don't know, if you're the little Hawaiian girl or whatever, you got that up there. Handles to get in and out of the coach as well. And then you also have a big pocket here to keep your registration and car insurance. I would get a mirror here so I could use it to, you know, do makeup and stuff, but they do have a rear view camera here. And this camera will actually show out the rear doors when you have those curtains opened, as I showed you earlier. Now here we have Assist and SOS. This is a subscription system through Ram. They also have a really fantastic app. Another feature that's different about this coach than what you'll find in the larger RVs is that you do have airbags in this RV. Most of the big RVs don't have airbags. And you also have a full-fledged glove compartment and in a nice place to keep, you know, probably your sunglasses, whatever it may be that you'd like to have inside the coach. So all of this is really cool stuff. Your windows are power. They're one-touch power too, so they're nice windows. And then you also have the ability to use these door controls for your mirrors for both the lower and the upper mirror. So there's for upper, and then here's for the lower one. So I can actually adjust these outside mirrors, and I can also fold them in if I'm in a tight space. So pretty cool features there. Power locks with everything. Keyless go. Your steering column is adjustable, but it is only adjustable in a telescopic setting. Oh, where's the release? Shoot. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it goes up and down. It doesn't really go in and out. It's kind of both. It's like diagonal, but that's one thing to note. You want to make sure you're going to be comfortable. I feel like this chassis is super, super comfortable. And then your turn signals and auto high beams are over here. You also have a little battery boost button. So if you happen to be parked outside for a long time and you need some help from the house getting your chassis started, you can do that. And then also you've got an electronic brake, so there's no brake over here. The reason that matters, and you might not think about it, but is if you're trying to turn your seat around and there's an emergency brake, it causes a problem if you've got the brake engaged. And of course, if you're stopped, you probably have the brake engaged. Okay, Jody, I'm gonna go out this door and let you out so we can go finish the other side. On the way out, if you wouldn't mind, just show our fire extinguisher, which is important to have as from a safety feature standpoint. Uh-oh. Lock and unlock. There we go. Oh, and everything is on a key, right? So you have keyless entry and all that stuff. Well, I shouldn't say keyless, but a remote for your keys. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. She's been on for a minute. So again, really nice features on the outside. Winnebago makes these steps. They have these little pet latches down here. Another thing you can use these pet latches for, though, is if you wanted to go ahead and secure your cooler. Because I would tell you, like, if it was coming down to stealing my French Bulldog or stealing my beer, I think I'd probably go for the beer. But if you want to put that on there, all you got to do is have a nice little cable lock. Also, you can see here access to your propane for your fire pit or for your outdoor barbecue. As mentioned earlier, you've got another hose connection up here. Some more 110 outlets for that blender if you're making some margaritas. Coach battery on and off right here next to the door. Also all of your light settings and some USB ports, so if you need to charge your phone, and you can reach, most importantly, the beer from outside, and then this just locks it into place. I don't think I showed this little there's two compartments, the one in the back, and then there's also this one that are underneath, but those are pretty handy little places just to keep stuff. Winnebago goes ahead and takes all of the room. I think we've covered, some things I didn't mention that I think we should definitely talk about. Pedestrian automatic emergency braking system. Yeah, so talk about a cool feature. If you are out in a campground and you got, some rogue child running through the trees that comes out in front of your coach, you've got a much better chance at being able to brake for that child in this RV. The other thing I think that's really nice to talk about is what they call post-collision braking. If for some reason you were to be in an accident on this coach, it would automatically put the car into stop. And then the other one I didn't mention, which is kind of nice, is, where is it? I saw it on here earlier. It's got a wind system. So this coach, if it's, let's see what it's called. Power windows, crosswind assist. So it's called crosswind assist. So if you have crosswind problems on a Class A by Newmar, they have something called Comfort Drive. This little Ram has the same thing. So if you are going down I-80 and there's a lot of drag, this coach will actually help you to counterbalance against that wind, so that you've got a more comfortable drive going down the road. And overall, I'd say with a footprint that is this small and a capacity that is this big, this is a really nice coach to have. You've got your turn signals are really bright and illuminated. You also will see that you have, these are defrosting heated mirrors, and then this little triangle here is for your blind spot assist. So these are all really high-end features that you'll have on your nicer cars. Lighting outdoors so that when you're getting to your campsite, you can see what's going on around you. This coach does not have a attached awning, so if you'd like to look at the awnings, Alucab has some really cool awning packages that you can look at. Overall, in my opinion, I think I would rather have my awning away from my RV, not necessarily right on it. We don't use the one on our big RV that often. We usually use a little erectable tent where we can put the table and everything underneath it. But overall, I think, again, when Pat called up and said she was interested, she really wanted to make sure she had this 2025 Promaster chassis. And this is a 3.6 liter gas engine, again, 9-speed transmission, 3,500 pound towing capacity, and then 180 amp alternator. Now where that matters again is, once again, you're keeping your batteries going, you're keeping your coach going, so when you're going down the road, you are recharging your coach. And then when you're stopped, again, 220 watts of solar on top. Now this is stock number 5N241310. Again, 5N241310. And again, this coach is a unit that we brought in that is pre-sold, but that stock number can bring you back to this video. And whatever you'd like, man, we'd be happy to get it for you here. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in sunny Colorado. You can find me at 303-562-8659. Let me know how I can get you out on the road and camping. Thanks so much for tuning in.